First thing, when residents fled their homes to escape the deadly and devastating wildfires in California, many were faced with an agonising choice. They could only take the bare minimum with them, leaving a lifetime of possessions and memories to the mercy of the flames. Well, for Ron Rivlin, one of America's biggest art collectors, that choice was more costly than most. His LA home was filled with work from Andy Warhol, Damien Hirst and Banksy. But as he fled to safety, he managed to only take 3 artworks with him. The rest were consumed, along with his property, by the Palisades fire. As Ron returned to count the cost of what he lost, he invited our cameras to film with him. And from the ashes, there was one beacon of hope, as our correspondent, Robert Moore, reports.
Okay, Patrick, come on! Come!
Last Tuesday, as the fire raced down the hillside,
Come on!
Everything's on fire out here.
the residents of Pacific Palisades fled for their lives. There was no time to save possessions or valuables. Among those watching with horror from his rooftop was one of America's great art collectors.
I started thinking this is real. I went into fight or flight kind of panic.
Ron Rivlin's home was akin to a museum. 200 modern masterpieces lined the walls, among them dozens of works by Andy Warhol and Damien Hirst. As the inferno arrived, Ron could take only one quick action.
I literally just put my fingers behind these artworks and tore them out of the wall.
He had time to save just 3, but now he has asked us to join him to see if anything else may have survived.
Of course, I have that hope that I'll find one of my artworks in there, but I think the chances of that are dismal.
He joins me down in the debris for what seems like a futile search.
It's difficult to take in. I'll never forget this moment, standing here with you, coming down the ladder.
I mean, how distressing do you find this, given the cultural loss?
Well, I'm naturally devastated. You know, I have to start all over again. Some people don't have money; they're not able to come back to this beautiful community that they were lucky to be in. You know, those people need the help more than I do.
The prospect for our search seems bleak. Everything has turned to ash, including this celebrated Warhol that had pride of place in his study.
My Queen Elizabeth is probably somewhere in here. I mean, it's dust at this point.
Around us are the scorch marks on the masonry where great art once stood. But then, as Ron reaches the back of his house, a remarkable moment.
Oh my gosh, my statue. Wow, look at that. We found something.
This statue has been an icon of the Burning Man festival. It's stainless steel, a match for the Palisades fire.
It is extraordinary all over this town what people are taking pride in recovering. Ron has lost hundreds of valuable, irreplaceable works of art, and yet he's taking joy in finding this.
To me, this is part of my story. The one thing that was left standing was the most symbolic piece in my house. If this town gets built, I'm donating this to Pacific Palisades as a symbol of us. Maybe there is some hope here.
Those 3 Warhols he ripped off the wall are now safe. Pictures of real value.
This is 1.5 million.
And cultural importance.
This artwork, the tomato soup can, is what changed the whole landscape of the art world.
All week, residents have been drawing strength from what can be retrieved. Whether it's a nurse recovering her wedding rings, or brothers finding a father's sketchbook, or the art collector who has lost so much, but not his faith in the town that he calls home. Robert Moore, ITV News, in Pacific Palisades.